In the previous lessons, I talked about how to make the bass line more independent, more grooving, more melodic. So in this lesson, I want to tackle a different scenario, which is when you want to play the bass in unison with another instrument, for example, with the guitar, with the vocals, with the keyboard. That's very common on many styles of music. For example, in rock, you'll hear it all the time. On heavy metal, the band will be riffing where the bass will have to play together and as one unit with something else. Now, as simple as this sounds, it's actually not. What happens many times in a recording studio or in a live band situation is that each member of the band will have its own independent way of playing that unison, which might sound very good and very convincing on its own, but it will take away from the power of the band playing that one line. And the bass, obviously, is a very strong fundamental for that unison. For example, if the band plays a shorter note like this, and the bass player plays it longer like this, it might not be very convincing as a unit. It might sound something like this. They will sound like two separate entities, even though they both play on the same time. So to make that unison tight and to make the band sound as one unit when they're playing that line, what we have to do is carefully study the lead line and the way it is crafted. And the elements we have to look at are phrasing, length of notes, and dynamics. Now, what that means is, if, for example, the lead line played something like this, the bass line will have to figure out what happened here. You see, you have one note and then two notes which are connected. So it sounds like one was a staccato note and the two other ones were legato. The bass will have to follow that when it plays in unison. Instead of playing, it will have to play. Now, these are smaller things, but when you're playing them both as one, you'll hear a huge difference every time someone makes even the slightest difference from the lead line.